Hi, this is Paul from Synergy, and this is a video that's going to demonstrate the new command routine to create invoices. So for anybody that's doing club billing, command can request a report from Gen, a billing report from Gen, load that into command, match it up with the memberships that are in command, and create invoices for the clubs. And this is the process that actually creates the invoices. You can run this in two modes, report only, where it won't create any invoices, it'll just generate a report, or you can have it generate the report and create the invoices. So I'm going to go through these different options really quickly. Bill dues, nobody is billing dues yet, so we haven't coded that, it's not available. Bill memberships, typically you would say that this is the first billing with minimum, or this is a catch-up billing. This demonstration is going to be for the first billing with minimums. You put in your invoice date. This is going to be the date that appears on the invoice that's created. It doesn't have to be the date that you're actually pulling numbers from Gen. It's just like any other invoice, it has a date. This is the date that the invoice will have. This is the due date of the invoice. So if you're going to do net 30, you would just set that due date to 30 days from February 15th. This is set right now to just have the due date be basically on delivery. Initial billing revision date. So this is always going to be, for the entire year that you're billing, this is going to be the first date that you ran or that you pulled billing. Keep in mind that if you set it, like I have it here, set it for February 15th, it is going to bill everything up through February 14th. So up through midnight, February 14th. So there shouldn't be anybody that joined on February 15th or activated on February 15th included on this invoice. Last billing revision date. So when you're doing your first billing, all of them are going to be the same. Your last billing revision date is February 15th. The date to count the memberships, again, is February 15th. Your first billing, all three of these dates are going to be the same. You're always going to say generate invoices for all. There are some associations that have them broken out into two different types that get billed different times a year. Most of you are just going to bill for all of them. So like I said, you can either have the system just generate a report, or you can have it generate invoices and generate the report. And then this selection right here, as I said, the first step of the billing is to get that billing spreadsheet from GHP. So command has to submit a request to Gen to create that spreadsheet, and it takes Gen a little while to generate it, and then command can read it in and use all the data. There is an option here. Generally, you're going to want to say no, use existing report if any, because if there's one out there, then it's probably fine. If you generated a billing and there was something wrong on the Gen side, and you want maybe Gen fixes something and you're going to run this again, you would want to say yes and force a rerun of the Gen report, because you don't want to take the report that's out there that's bad, you want it to generate a new report. But in general, you're always going to say no. Invoice description, there's a line item in the invoices that let you enter an invoice description. You can put whatever you want in there, and that gets saved with the invoice. Now down here in the status section, this tells you the last time that you ran this, what were the parameters that you used to run it. So the last time that this was run, the type was initial, as what this is. First billing with minimums is initial. The initial billing date is 2/15, just like we have there. The last billing Revision date was 2/15 like we have there. The date to count memberships was 2/15 like we have there. So the last report that was run, which was actually run, today is 10/9, so it was run this morning. This actually just got done. Whenever you first go into the screen, you get to look at what happened the last time, and you can download that report. I've actually already done that. I'm happy with the report, so I'm going to have it generate invoices and the report. So I'm going to click on Run. It's telling me that it's submitted, and it wants me to wait. So generally, if this is the first time that you've done it, command is going to request to go out to Jin and have Jin run that spreadsheet, and that can take anywhere from a few minutes to I don't know, 10 minutes. Never really seen it take any longer than that. But I guess it depends on how many people are running reports. And then after a while, you can click on this button, check for results. And when it finishes and gives you the status back, you'll see this first line up here that tells you what the report was that ran. So the type was initial. Initial is first billing with minimums. The invoice date is February 15th. The initial date is the initial billing revision date. So you can see February 15th. The last billing revision date of February 15th, that's this right here. The date to count, February 15th, that's the date to count memberships. Tells you when the report was run, which is 10/9, 8:21 a.m. And this is a link to the report that was generated. So I can click on that now, and it will open it up in Excel. This is our report. As well, if you leave this screen and you go back to Club Billing and into the invoice generation, it has remembered the last report that was run, and it gives you the opportunity to download it again. At some point when you are happy with the way that the report has run, you would just put in the same parameters here. So we'd put in February 15, first billing with minimums, and we would then say generate the invoices and the report. And we want to leave that no use existing report, if any, so that Jin does not generate a new spreadsheet with the billing information. And then you would hit run. We go through the same process, except in the end you would have invoices to look at. And we can take, I did actually run it and create some invoices. And you can see an invoice right here for February 15th with the number of members that were supposed to get billed. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching.